Hi, everybody. My name is Desiree. I'm not quite sure how I supposed to announce that I'm going live. I just know how to go live, and I have to apologize for last week because I said I was going live. Speaking about the woman at the well, I'm doing that series for this month, and if you haven't had chance, I have the woman at the well animation on my channel. You'll see that, and then the following Saturday, which was last Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, I put that. It's like the summary. It's like a summary of the woman at the well. I initially came on here the first time, and I have to apologize again because I gave some wrong information. When I went live, I was on my phone and I was on another account. So I was speaking, on my other account. It was my first time. So I was like, any mistakes I make, I'm going to learn from that. And it is a particular number of subscribers that you have to go live on your phone. I can't remember now, but you can Google it. And so then I learned last week, tried to go live, and I was away from my laptop, and you cannot go live on your phone if you don't have that certain amount of subscribers. I'm at 30, so I think it's like 50 or 100. I can't remember right now. And so then I realized that I can go live on my laptop. So here I am, and I'm just going to chat for a little while and just waiting for anybody that, coming in, want to talk about the animation or talk about how it resonated with them or anything that stuck out to them about the lady at the well. And like I said before, I did this particular animation. Not that I did not know this story, but this story is very dear to me because one of my very good, close spiritual sisters, Verlene, she spoke about the woman at the well at a conference. And so I really wanted that to be my first foundation. So the other thing is, I love animation. I've been inquiring, trying to learn how to do it. And I was like, you know what? I was thinking about going to school to try to learn how to do animation. And I believe I really would have loved it, but I was going, I was in work full time. I have children. I just could not, pick up and just go to LA and do animation. That just was not going to cut it for me. And it was extremely expensive getting someone else to do animation for you. And we're talking about maybe 10 to 15 years back that I was looking into getting somebody to help me. Like you pay for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it's like, it's really expensive. It's up in the hundreds. Like it's really expensive. But now time has came to a place that they have so many softwares that animation is so easy. And my God, if I can do it, anybody can do it. I've been having so much fun with different softwares. The one that I worked with and doing the woman at the well was called Design, Dzine. It was under another name, but I can't remember it now. And I do my editing and Wondershare, and I really like both of them. There are some other softwares that I'm going to check out because on my first animation that I've done, I wasn't able to get the characters to move as much as I wanted them to. And I did this like 4 months back. And the software really wasn't like when the characters would move, they would be looking so, kind of distorted or something. Like they would be looking strange. I did get them to move a little bit, and so I was happy about that. And then also trying to get your character to speak. That was another thing. And to get your characters to do those special things, you have to pay for the software. And I was like, I'm not really trying to spend that much money. And the other thing I learned is that looking at other people that were doing animation, um what was my thought when I was looking at other people doing animation, I was looking at YouTube people to teach you. And I mean, I don't know how to say it, but they'll have a YouTube video and they like learn how to animate in 10 minutes. Honey, you cannot learn how to animate in 10 minutes. It takes you a few hours to learn how to maneuver around in the software. So trying to, learn how to do the animation and you got the idea in your head, it takes time. It was a little bit longer than what I anticipated. When I finished, I was like, I was really happy. I was proud of my first project, and I have three more that I've already started working on. And so I'm going to go forth in that. And so, as I've said this before, but all the information is on my other live video. But what I plan on doing, and like December is my practice month, so for the first Saturday in the month, I'm going to put out an animated um, woman from the Bible. And the reason why I want to concentrate on the ladies on the Bible is because, well, I don't think we have enough information. There go my daughter calling me. Somebody else calling when I'm recording or doing live. I don't think we have enough. Well, we have the information, but seeing it animated, just to me, it really touches into your inner child, and I feel like it holds your attention better, and you're able to retain the information because it's speaking to your child within. So that's why I decided to do it animated. So on the first Saturday of the month, I will put up like a new animated character, and we'll be concentrating on that particular character for the month. The second Saturday of the month, I'll be looking at something that may have kind of like jumped out in that story. And of course, it'll be really helpful because when I do the first Saturday of the month, I'll come on live on Saturday at 3 because I put it up at Saturday at 9 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. Then I come on at 3 o'clock and talk about the animated story that I put up. On the second Saturday of the month, then I will put up the summary of maybe what we spoke about. Somebody may say something that, kind of give me that helps with the creative flow of writing the summary of that particular character, and come on live on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about just the characters some more. I feel like this is a good way to learn about the ladies in the Bible, and I've been checking out several ladies of the Bible, even looking on it's this series that I'm watching on this Christian show, and they have a few of the Bible stories that they talk about. And even though it's really interested, I'm always looking at the different ladies, and I'm like, oh, this would be a good story to talk about. And I want to get into different topics, not just one topic. I think a lot of us know Esther for such a time as this. A lot of us know her, and I'm really not going to do animation on her because I've already written the full play production on that with the score, music, and everything. My background is theater, and so that's a whole nother project. And I feel like this is just a stepping stone of building my confidence, getting people to know me, getting people to know my kind of work I put out, and then get excited about, Esther coming out. Now, when Esther's coming out, I'll probably start working on that next year, round about August, and have it out, I would say around November. That's my hope. So the other thing that I did was design a guided ebook to go with the animated story. And it's a fun ebook. I have like mazes in there, word search, little fun stuff. And then I do have guided questions that ask you different things about the character to see, how you resonate or how you kind of connected with that particular character. Get you to really learn more about the character. So that's what it is about, the animation. So I'm looking at the time, and I'm at like almost 10 minutes. No one has showed up. I decided that I'm going to stay on here for about 20 minutes and run my mouth, and just staying open for anybody that wants to jump on and talk to me about it. Or, like I said, you can always check out the animation and then come over here. So I'll be here for another 10 minutes running my mouth. So I'm trying to think, what can I run my mouth about now? Because I told you about Esther. I told you about The Woman at the Well. One thing I have to say, one thing that was interesting to me, even though I saw the other animated stories, and it's two of them that's like my top ones that I really like. One of them is called The Nut. It's called The Bible in a Nutshell, something like that. To me, that's like, I want to say I'm saying the correct name. That's like the top one that I like. It's another company that they concentrate on pretty much all their characters are African Americans. They do pretty well too. I cannot think of what their name is, but they're very similar looking with the Bible in a Nutshell. And so I did look at both of them, and I was like really like, oh, I want my stuff to be close to them. And I went back and looked at their stuff a few weeks back, and when I was talking about the softwares, even their characters, I can see where they are enhancing it and using the software that I'm looking at to use. I can see that being done more than stuff. Really, really, really interesting. Really like, so what I was saying is that for myself, I and I'm not saying, everybody's doing their research on it. I feel like some of the animated Bible stories are really depending on AI. Yeah, AI, or I mean, no, they're depending on Chat GPT or AI. And yes, I do a foundation storyline there, but I have my own questions in my head. Like when people are looking at a story, I want to make sure that you walk away and knowing as much information as you can, because I know about the woman at the well, but I'm presenting the animation as if you don't know about it, and I want you to walk away knowing all the information about her. I want you to walk away feeling like there is something that was said in that story that will touch your heart and your soul, and that will give you something that you need for yourself. I want you to be able to walk away that when a door opportunity comes open and you're somewhere and somebody's talking about a particular woman in the Bible, and I've done the animation, your brain can go like, oh yeah, yeah, this is information that, because when you visually see something, you can like recall. Like for instance, we're doing the studying of the tabernacle at our church, and the story that I'm looking at on the Christians channel, they ever so often talk about the tabernacle. And when it comes up, I'm like, oh, yeah, we talked about that. And so I can connect the history and understand it better. So this is the same concept with this, that I will bring more information. And let me think of, was it anything at the woman at the well? Mm, I don't think it was a discrepancy in reference to how many men she had. I want to say at the top of my head it was like five. And so, that was kind of easy to find. Um the conversation they had. The reason why it was such a um I guess a discrepancy of why they was speaking, because she was from the Samaritan culture, and they did not speak with Jesus culture background. They were not supposed to be speaking, and for a woman and a man to be pretty much kind of like by themselves, that was a no thing. So I really wanted to kind of touch on that, and how she felt as a woman, realizing that she was speaking to Jesus at the well, and how she felt, how she was able to release all the burden and the embarrassment that she had to carry around, because how the ladies talked about her and teased her whenever they saw her. So I just put in a lot of information, as much information as I could, because I didn't want to leave no dot unanswered. Like if it was like, oh, well, why was this, or why was that, or why was this? I tried to make sure that I answered all the questions that would have came up for me. So, now I can run my mouth, but I want to stay on topic with this particular thing. Um, Anything else? Let me think. I'm thinking. I don't want to change topics. I want to keep it on the same topic because this one is, I'm concentrating on that. Let's think. Let's think. How do I feel? I guess, oh yeah, I can interview myself. So how do I feel like being in the realm and having to like kind of like compete with other good animated channels already out there? I honestly feel like this. I feel like it was something that I wanted to do for so long anyway. And so when I realized that it was a way I could do it, I became so interested. I was like, and I'm like that. Once I found the software, oh my God, y'all, I was like a little kid. I was like, oh, this is on now. And so I started working on it, and it took me about a week. I worked like constantly on it. It took me about a week to get it done. And that brings me to another thought. Because I naturally write songs, I felt that was a unique spin that I could put on my animated stories. Because to me the other channels are doing really good and pulling from Chat GPT, but I wanted to be a lot of me. And I think because I come from a background where my grandfather's a minister, so it's easy for me to come up with, what we would call a sermon. The other thing that I put in that I felt was original is like people are really getting into using AI as voices. And I don't mind talking. I'm an introvert, but because of my theatrical background, I don't mind doing the speaking. Matter of fact, that's the fun part for me. I love recording it. I love finding the music. Like that's such the fun part. And it will take me, I don't just go for the first two sounds that I hear. It's like I want to set a tone, in the introduction. And so it's a certain sound that I'm hearing in my head. I don't play music, but I can hear it so clearly. And so I could take like maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I'm constantly writing down which songs I'm like, okay. And then as I get into the middle, then I usually want to change another, melody, and so I have to look for that. And but like I said, again, that's the fun part of me. And I really think, well, I really know the music is a really firm part of being able to carry the story, because the music helps set the tone. It helps give you an idea, is this going to be sad? Is this going to be, whatever emotion you're drawing from, the music plays a really big part. So that takes a little time, but again, I love it. And like I said, because I naturally write music, so I decided to write my own song to give it the closure of that particular character, maybe how she was feeling, who she was, what was happening on her journey. And let me tell you, the first four, I was like, the first four songs came really easy because it's easy for me to write. And when I'm washing dishes, the songs were coming, and I would have to record them. But what became financially a lot for me is that I can't play music. I can't even play a guitar. If I could play a guitar, I could kind of roll with the guitar, but I can't play any music. So I would have to find people on Fiverr to help do the music for me, which I was very pleased with it, but that can be costly. It was fun, but it costs a lot. So I found another software that I feel that I'm going to start using to help with the music. And I think it's going to be just as well, because if I'm happy with something, it's good. So I'm almost hitting 20 minutes, and I'm sure people are busy and shopping and getting ready for, the holiday festivities. And but I said I was coming on here, so I did it. I want to stay consistent. And like I said, this is like my practice time, making sure everything is okay. usually I'll tell somebody, hey, can you pop in and make sure you can hear me? But I forgot to say that, and I'm getting ready to wrap it up because nobody's came in. And I just want to wish out you all happy holidays. I want to send out the special invitation to come check my channel out. Check out the animation. You'll see the woman at the well, and then the next one I have the woman at the well part two. And for next month, I have three other ladies that I'm doing. I haven't decided which one I'm doing, but the three other that I'm thinking about doing is it's the woman that I don't have none of my stuff in front of me because the day was a rest day, and I was like, let me just pop some lipstick on and some earrings as I said I was coming at 3 o'clock. But it's the daughter that was her mother trains her to dance, and it comes to a part that they want to kill Joe because he just telling the truth and ain't nobody trying to hear that. And so she comes to dance with the king, and he's drunk, and he's like he tells her she can have whatever she wants, and she says, I want Job head platter, head on the platter. Really, it's the mom that wanted. I can't I can't think of it right now, but that's one that's already written. Moses' wife, I already started on her. Really like this. I like the songs on all of them, y'all. And when I say that, because I really feel like I truly get them from heaven. It's not like it's my song. It's like I just really hear it from heaven, and I'm like, man, this fits this perfect. Um, and Moses was so powerful. I was like, who was his wife? Because behind every man there is this amazing woman. So it was really fun doing the research of her. It was fun doing the research for the other lady too, because it was some things I didn't know. And the last one that I kind of like already having, like, they're in the process, they're like really close and finishing, is the woman that handed Jesus the handkerchief when he's walking to the resurrection. I was like, wow, and I'm like, can you imagine being the person that's handing Jesus, not caring about anybody else, what's going to be said, because people's ridiculed for this. And she's like, she takes that chance to hand him, her handkerchief, to wipe, whether it was his sweat or blood. I guess I need to clarify that. And let me tell you, the song that came for that, I'm like, oh my God, it was I'm getting excited. So I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't hear anybody come to say hi, but like I said, I hope that you all keep this in mind. Saturday at 9 o'clock. That's when on the first Saturday of January. That's when a new animation is coming up. And then at 3 o'clock, I'll come on live so we can talk about it. You'll have a guided ebook that you can download from the first one that I sent out, and then I'll come on the second Saturday of the month. Is in reference to how the live goes. If I have a few people, that's fine. I love to chat with people and ask me questions and get to learn more about the characters and get to learn more about the ladies in the Bibles. This has been a blessing. Thank you all. Happy holidays. Y'all be safe out there. Do not stress yourself out. Please don't stress yourself out. Just do what you can do and what you can't do. I hope you sent out the email and told people what you cannot do so you don't stress yourself out, because I'm not going to stress myself out over here. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Enjoy yourselves with your family. And remember what the holiday is truly for. Amen.